let me stop this music right here. Welcome on, everybody. Welcome on into the ServoCast podcast. This is a gaming-centric podcast where we're going to talk about what's going on in the gaming world. I'm your host, Disparity. If y'all don't know who I am, love to play a lot of RTS games. I'm a person who, we all were born and raised in the year 2000, early 90s, whatnot, playing on classic. Some of us like classic games. Some of us like modern games. I don't know. It's up to everyone's preference. But here at my channel, I'm all about RTS games, turn-based strategy, RPGs, with some Warhammer on the side. Now, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and add Mr. Dark Riddler here first to give out what he's all about, what he's been up to. Riddler, what's going on, champ? How you doing?
What's going on, y'all? I am Dark Riddler, Garrett Thompson, the voice actor, story and adult-based content creator, and part of Sorcery Zero Labs, where we are currently making and have made the tabletop, and now we are making a digital version of Furious. It is a mecha-style game that is flavored with front mission style, as well as I have a very voice acting project coming up real soon that I will be able to talk about when the time is right.
I like that.
I've been playing Star out of Star Ocean the Last Hope and been enjoying it.
That's what's up. That's what I like to hear, sir. Appreciate you for giving us what you're about, sir. Let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Nelson Bullock, aka Mr. Baldy himself, Cass Cray in the house.
Man, I'm about tired of you already. I haven't talked to this man in so long, and I just come back to all this disrespect. That's crazy.
Moose.
Absolutely.
Moose. Moose.
Hey, man, it's all about the love, man. It's all about the love, man.
But yeah, what's good, everybody? How y'all doing today?
Cass, go ahead and give everybody a little description about yourself.
All right, so I'm not gonna say that I'm like a variety content creator, but my main bread and butter is sports games, more specifically football. So like CFB 25, Madden. I play a lot of retro stuff as well. I actually just tried out Maximum Football, which is like a new indie game that had an early access release today, and also do hardcore Nuzlocke and Pokemon. So I'm pretty like diverse in like what I play, and I play like pretty much everything else in the middle. Disparity, you're muted.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Someone came in. I had to talk to him for a quick sec. Next up, we're going to go ahead and bring in Mr. Leon Idle. Leon, we'll go ahead and bring him in, Robbie. There you go, sir. What's up, sir?
Thank you for having me on. It's going to be great. It's my first time on the show. You've been on mine, I think, a couple times. Garrett, you've been on mine. It's great to finally be here. My name is Leon. My channel is Words of Paradise. I guess I'm technically a quote-unquote culture war creator. It's not what I set out to do, not really what I wanted to do, but it's sort of where it's fallen for now. And then as things progress and hopefully get better, that will hopefully slowly shift over time. And then but I do a bunch of other stuff. I live stream about, have several different shows, one about conspiracy theories, one on a different channel about true crime. I hate streaming video games, actually, because that's my me time thing. That's my downtime. But started a game stream that had its first official episode. And so we're going to do that on Sundays from now on, Pixel Paradise. And like lifelong gamer, lifelong nerd, back when you got shoved in lockers for being nerds. And let me tell you, I'm true. You can tell by the Sonic the Hedgehog shit behind me. You probably know where my loyalties lie. It's that and Resident Evil, baby. Let's go. Horror and platforming with some FGC on the side.
All right, that's what's up. No, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for letting people know. So to keep this in mind, everybody, all the links to people's Twitters and stuff will be in the description down below. So y'all need to check these people out. Definitely consider doing so. Up next, we're going to bring in Mr. Vanta Black Guy. I love it. Vanta Black Guy, what you about, sir? Tell us what you about.
He ain't even that damn black.
The most whitest black skate man I've seen.
I seen shine on you, sir. Remove your name.
It's crazy.
Well, Vanta, who you about? What you about, sir? You might be muted though, just in case.
No, you're not.
Oh, you not? Say something, Vanta. Y'all hear him?
Nah. He muted.
Nah, you muted.
Oh, okay. Damn, I was talking to you all the whole time. I wanted to know what to say. All right. So let me start this off again. I'm just working on things in the background, probably trying to get maybe yet another podcast started. So we'll see how it goes this year or next year, actually.
All right. You better hurry up, man, because them prices about to be catching up pretty soon. So you better be hurrying up.
They're about to take it off the market. I'm tired of podcasts. They're gonna put it in the back, put a test up,
Hey, I've been telling everybody, hurry up, build your computers, man. While a lot of things is cheap right now. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like motherboards, RAMs, or they're cheap right now. GPUs, I haven't really been checking out the market on that, but the price has been fluctuating for what I've been seeing.
See what happens if these tariffs hit.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Up next, we're gonna go ahead and bring in the Zon. Zon, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome on in, sir. You muted, sir.
Who's also muted?
We all muted, bro.
Man,
dang,
y'all professionals. Come on now.
Yo, this is trash.
Black male gamers.
What up, guys? My name is Zon. I do go by Zon. Wow, I'm tripping already. I bring in daily gaming news on my channel. I go by the Gaming Zon on my channel. I try to present news in an unbiased manner, but we all have our biases, so it is what it is. Gamer for over 25 years, nothing special. I'm just a gamer who knows what he's talking about, and that's all.
No, I feel that. And last but not least, Mr. the Dingus himself. Go ahead and bring Dingus. Fucking Dingus. Let's get Dingus here.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, Robbie. Let me back him out real quick. Hold on. All right, hold on. Robbie, leave the studio real quick, Robbie. Robbie. Hold on, give me 1 sec, guys. Robbie, back out the studio real quick. The whole limit to 6 people. Yeah, I was like, I didn't even realize that. But here, we'll get Dingus here in just in a sec. Sorry about that. So, so with this podcast, you guys, we're going to be talking about, of course, a lot of gaming topics here today, because there's a lot of issues going on in the gaming world, and I want to see where everybody is at in terms of gaming. Okay, so this first question here, I'm going to go ahead and get this one out of the way. It's kind of like a wild card little question here, right? So anybody can answer this. Keep that in mind. So how has the relationship between game developers and players changed in the rise of social media and also with instant feedback in this day and age? Anybody can start out answering that question. How do y'all feel about that?
It didn't change because of social media or anything to that effect. It changed because let's be real, social media has been ubiquitous since about, let's say, 2008 or so. I mean, we've been able to chat with game devs since the MySpace eras. No, it's only changed recently within the last 8 years. I think the reason there is pretty self-evident, but that's my opinion.
Okay. Anybody else got any input?
I agree with Leon. I think that games, the way we used to talk about games has always been there. It's just now with social media is more presented to the forefront, but nothing has really changed. Things are still the same. It's still the way it is.
All right, Vanta, what about you, sir? Do you have any thought?
Yeah, I generally agree with the gentleman. Like the way social media is kind of, it brought things to the forefront. Makes sense, But one good benefit is at least we can reach out to devs or have devs like come out and like view their product or like have like an open dialogue or whatever about the product, assuming it's about the actual product, and like come get feedback and whatever. The bad part, as we all know, is like all the criticisms and like the all the negativity people can associate it when if they see something either they don't like or if they just want to troll people, like that makes them susceptible to that. That's why I feel like a lot of companies kind of like fall back, but at least some devs are brave enough to put themselves out there. So
yeah, I get that. Cass, any thought?
I feel like I agree with the field for the most part. I feel like it hasn't really changed that much, like outside of like certain obvious like aspects of it. With like social media going, like I feel like one big change is now people feel a little more. Like, I feel like people kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of brigade around like if something happens in a game that they don't like, they gonna like gang together and just like review bomb the hell out of the game and say, oh, well the game sucks because this, that, and the third or whatever. Like
yeah,
I feel like that's like one big change. But like for the most part, like we've already like Leon said, like we've always had like that interaction. Like, what's that? Somebody's knocking on my door, but yeah, like we've always had like the ability to interact with like people like on social media as far as like game developers and whatnot go.
Okay.
I will say there's an extra layer of a problem with the game developers, though, if I could say one more moment. That is that game developers used to know their place, and by that I mean they knew they were fucking loser nerds appealing to other loser nerds. Now a lot of game developers think they're rock stars. There's an extra sense of entitlement that comes with that, and I feel like that has put a disconnect between them and their loser nerd customers who are happy with the fact that that's who they are. They don't need to see these dudes looking like rock stars. It makes it less relatable. And when you have a less relatable person making your product, and that's on full display because of social media, you're also going to have a less return on investment because people are going to walk away to find people they can connect with.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get that for sure. Yeah. No, I get that for sure, though. I get that for sure. Garrett, what about you, sir?
I just feel like 100% like as y'all know now, I technically am a part of a game studio, and we are currently developing the game. I feel like criticism is what it is. I was actually talking
about you when I was saying that. Fuck you. You think you're too good for it? No, it's not.
Yeah. And see, that's the energy I don't want to put off. You know what I mean? Like, you can't ask me a question. Like, I feel like I'm 100% on board with respectable criticism, being able to respond to that, being able to respond to respectful questions and stuff like that. But from what I see, these game developers aren't even giving us as consumers, gamers, etc., that much of leeway. You know, they taking all criticism as bad or all questions as bad. And I don't feel like that's the case. Do I feel like there is some people that do that? Oh, hell yeah, definitely. Definitely. It exists. No questions asked. You can go find shit right now doing that on any damn game. But I just feel like as long as it's respectful criticism, as long as it's respectful questions, you should at least try, and I say try, to at least respond.
Nah, I get that. For me, it's all about, if you have criticism, it's all about being respectful criticism, respectful about the criticisms, I mean, the relationship, like, it's like what Leon said earlier, though, the relationship has been, it's been iffy for quite a while, for me, at least, it's more so just bringing back that, bringing back criticism to where it can be constructive, but also be very valid. Like, if it's something that you're passionate about, especially a game that you enjoy, if it's something that you're passionate about, letting these game developers know, like, hey, to stay in your lane and do what you need to do in order to make your a better product, so I get that. I honestly, I really do get that. The next question for everybody is, how do y'all feel about games exploring mature and socially relevant themes? Are they handled well or poorly in general? I know a lot of you guys kind of something to say about this.
Can I go first with this?
Go ahead.
Can I say that it's very situational?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I feel like it's very situational depending on the game. I personally feel like games are way too damn positive.
Yeah.
I stand by that. Like, now we're complaining about games that evolved around the government and stuff like that, when that's been going on for years. Now everybody wants to complain about that. Now we're complaining about games that have dark themes. What's wrong with that? Maybe I want an evil fucking story. Like, maybe I want an ending that's not happily ever after. You know what I mean? There are people out there who want that.
I definitely
remember
agree.
how Max Payne started, bro. You boot up Max Payne and that game breaks your soul in the first 2.5 minutes.
Oh yeah. There was another game like that too. What's it called? It was similar to Max Payne called Dead to Rights. If anybody remembers that.
Yeah.
I remember the game.
I didn't play Dead to Rights.
That's a classic. It's in the same vein as like Jong Woo and Max Payne, something that same slow motion hecticness. But no, I agree, because there are very few games out there that do let you run like be evil and do like all this positive goody two shoes situations. Like, I want games to where, yes, let the evil side win, maybe for the first game, maybe for the second game, and then come back and sure, the good person could probably win, but we need some type of evilness going on, something that's just not just cakes and cookies and cream at this point, because there's only very few recent RPG games that I played that lets you be literally evil, and one of them was made by Obsidian, which is called Tyranny. It's a CRPG. If have not played it yet, that's very good, fantastic game. I think everyone should play. They did a fantastic job showcasing how like evil you can just put people to become slaves and shit like that. Hell, Fallout 3 did it with, of course, with slavery, but that was kind of like evil light in a weird way. I don't know. I played Fallout a lot, but follow through is kind of like that. I mean, yeah, you got Slaver collars. That was probably the best part, putting Slaver collars on random individuals. You're like, oh, you're here to save me? No, I'm here to enslave you. You know?
The crazy thing is, why you bringing that up too? Conan Exiles had like slavery and shit. Then they got rid of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm no longer playing that game.
Well, it's part of the reason Infinity War did so well. When Thanos won, like, we haven't seen anything like it in probably a long time. Like, I'm not a movie critic, so I can't say when the last time a villain has won other than Thanos, but the way they did it with Thanos, it was very impactful for everyone, because he wasn't just pure evil. He was evil depending on how you looked at him. So he had a side to him that some people agreed with and some people didn't agree with, and that's what made him so controversial and so good as a villain in general.
Yeah. I do feel like, knowing this, they should have let Thanos win for at least another movie.
Well, to be fair, it's because the follow-up movie sucked, and it sucked out the theater, and I'm tired of people only being like, well, Marvel sucks now. No. Endgame was bad when it came out, but again, this is a gaming stream. Just throwing that out there. You can talk. We can talk about it for a quick second. I mean, it's a fine sidetrack. I mean, talk about it.
I agree. I don't like Endgame. I mean, well, no, I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but it wasn't better than Infinity War.
No, I think except for the Endgame wasn't a good movie. It had a couple good things about it, but all that time travel stuff is some of the worst time travel. I didn't care about any of the characters. I wasn't emotionally invested. Here's what was good about that movie: when Ant-Man comes out and he's like, the world's all changed, and he's looking just to see if his daughter was dusted, and he's not there. So he runs, but he sees his own name. He's like, "Oh my God, she spent all these years thinking I'm dead," and he runs to meet her, and she's grown up. Dude, I was like, yes. That level of emotion. That happens in like the first 20 minutes. You get no emotion like that again until the very end, when you got like the big battle and you hear Sam say "on your left."
You
gave me a 2-hour movie about superheroes and shit, but I didn't feel a damn thing except for the first and last 20 minutes. Nah, I'm out.
I agree.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. Worst part is, girl power. That was
look here. I can care less about that as long as the scene is good.
I think they could have did it better. I think they didn't need to put it in our faces and be like, because here's the problem with that is like, you know what? This is a topic for another day. But like, I think if they would have stopped like trying to put it in our face and like try to had them doing stuff throughout the series or in the movie, like it stands out because you don't really remember them doing. Well, they did do stuff, but like.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this.
Because you just shoving them together, and it's like, yo, you could have just.
Plus, it's unrealistic. Because we all know the women in big groups like that don't get along. That was bullshit.
Wait. I got a question. Had this been Storm and she made a green inches like that, would you been okay with it?
If this was Storm, she would have soloed Thanos with no problem.
That's not answering my question, though.
Not out of context. But I get what you're saying.
Like, granted, I love Storm, but
if it was written well enough to showcase that, then yeah. I mean, like, it's like Captain Marvel it's like they made Captain Marvel just because to counteract Wonder Woman or whatever. Like, no one gave a fuck about Captain Marvel at the end of the day. It's like paid her $50 million for like a 2-second scene or whatever. And like, for what? She wasn't needed then at that point, Like, what was she there for?
Thrust in there, honestly. And I didn't even see the entire series. Like, I didn't even see the entire like MCU like from start to finish or anything like that. But I watched Endgame, and it's just like Captain Marvel just kind of just seems shoehorned in there to me. So that's from an outside perspective.
It's weird that she's like,
So actually, inside information, Captain Marvel, because she was so poorly received, was heavily rewritten. She was supposed to be in a lot more of Endgame, and Marvel was like, "Oh, everyone hated this. We should change the script." That's why she's in Endgame very little. And one of the last major things she does is get jacked in the face by Thanos. Like,
after holding him off, she held him off for quite a bit.
Fan service.
I mean, if they would have
fairness. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and like you talking, in all fairness, if they would have went with comic book version of Captain Marvel, it'd have been a different story.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if they, first of all, like, she was introduced right before Endgame, and like you're telling me if they had the rewrite a role, like I don't think that was right time to do that. I don't think it was the right time to introduce her, first of all, unless
after her movie came out, my exact words were, you know what? This movie would have been way better if it was a Phase 2 movie. If it come out 7
years ago.
prior.
Years ago. It should have came out years ago.
Yeah.
And now you're just gonna dump it on us and be like, oh well, here you go. Here's and it's like, if you had faith in her from the beginning, we probably would have liked her. Or hated her, but like she would have had basis. She would have had like.
But by the way, I apologize about your litty titties. I've got that fucking scotch going on tonight, bros.
Hey, you're fine, man. You're fine.
You got me wanting to go get a Malibu, honestly.
You're fine.
No, but hey, see, here's the thing. Let me bring this up too. And they probably will never do this movie, unfortunately. But she really fucking shines in Civil War. There is a Civil War 2.
I heard that actually hurt her character.
The Civil War 2 comic, in my opinion, sucks, but not because of her. She's not egregious in it. I just but that's just me.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit that did happen in there I don't agree with. I'll give you that. Because I'll give like the quick beginning. The reason why it started was because of the death of the Hulk.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Like Hawkeye and
mm-hmm.
You gotta kill me, bro. You gotta kill me.
But back to the main topic though. Mature themes though. How do y'all feel like that they're handled in gaming though? Like
they're handled.
Y'all.
No, I talked a lot. You guys go for it. Sorry.
My bad.
No, go ahead, gang. Go ahead.
So I feel like Riddler's pretty on point with it, honestly. Like I feel like when it's done correctly, then I think it is like a pretty good thing that can elevate the games. Like, you know, if you talk about like mental health or something like that, like I feel like if it's done in a certain way, like it can definitely build a great story. Perfect example of a game that has like really mature themes. How many of y'all are familiar with the game Spec Ops: The Line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it, but I can't say I'm a fan, so I couldn't tell you a lot about it, but I played it.
The white phosphorus. Whew.
I never beat
those games that like I mean. So for those of you guys who didn't play the game, I'm not gonna like spoil too much about it.
Sorry, go ahead and spoil it. If you haven't played it yet,
I mean it's like a decade old at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty fucking old.
By the way, guys, Wash dies at the end of Serenity. I don't know if you know that.
Bro, why are you saying that, bro? Go ahead, Kaz. Go ahead.
So basically, this dude, Captain Walker, he has like these two other guys with him, Adams and Lugo. And basically they're sent on a mission to Dubai to basically save, like, I guess like a kind of a mentor to Walker and like save other people because like Dubai basically got destroyed by like a huge ass sandstorm or whatever. But then as they move along, basically like Walker starts having these guys like do like more just atrocious shit throughout the game. Like at one point, they end up like firing all this white phosphorus on like people who they think is the enemy, but it's really like they weren't really their enemy. Well, I guess they were kind of their enemy, but not really. But it's like they were trying to protect the people of Dubai, but they end up nuking the people of Dubai and whatnot. So Walker starts losing his mind basically, and he's hearing like all these like. He thinks that like Conrad, who's like his mentor, who he's like trying to go save or whatever, he thinks that he's like talking to him on the radio, but he's like really just deluded at that point. And he's just like basically the whole point of the game is the further he goes, basically he just loses his mind throughout the game. Honestly, like I can explain more, but it's like honestly, I feel like you guys are really that is. I mean, a lot of people don't really talk about it. Like that game doesn't really get its roses just because it's. I mean, when you talk about mature themes, that is such. That the mature themes in that game are just ridiculous. But
I get that, and I know.
Great job with that story. The gameplay was like iffy.
Apparently, R2 in the chat's familiar with it. He's saying the white phosphorus spot was the main pivot point of the story in Spec Ops.
Yeah.
That's like when he started losing his mind, like for real at that point. Because like even when that happened, like he was like some dude was like half alive, he had his like leg missing or whatever. And when he's looking up to him like, why'd you do this? And it's like, this is what you guys get. And it's like, we were trying to help everybody. And he looks over and like he sees like all this like civilians just like burned up. He's like, oh no. And then he just like starts getting in his head and he's like, well, we got to keep going. And that's like when it really that's like when everything turned, and then like his descent into madness just started happening. And overall, if you haven't played that game, I would say absolutely go find a way to play it, because
it's a great game. And also, game. Leon, thank you, sir, for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, if I had some sound effects going, I'll throw some sound effects.
Your boys, absolutely.
No, I appreciate it.
Now, I think I haven't answered your question, but can you repeat it? Because I want to make sure my answer is correct. Well, maybe not correct, but articulated properly. The question at hand. I'm saying, can you repeat it so I make sure my answer actually does correlate to it?
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you were talking Cass. Okay.
No.
So how do you feel about games exploring mature and socially relevant themes? Are they handled well, or are they poorly handled in general?
All right, I think there's a delineation here between the East and the West, because you play something like Alri Fantasio, or you play Persona 5, or shit, you go back to 2001 and play Sonic Adventure 2 when you got a 12-year-old girl getting blasted in the face by the military. It seems like the East kind of knows how to do it. You come over to the West, and maybe we used to, and we gotten so damn soft as a nation, we don't anymore. Look, I get it, Dragon Age Veilguard is pretty low-hanging fruit, but it's going to be an easy example. When you walk through, there's all these the mature themes, these deaths, there's this non-binary character, there's all these different relevant social issues, and they pretty much railroad it to where you have to agree with our morality. There's no room for nuance. I feel like if you were going to put in a socially aware theme in a game, I got no issue with that, but it needs to take place within the confines and context of the game universe, not within not according to our real life norms, because at that point you're not making a game, you're making something that quite literally is propaganda. And people don't realize what propaganda is. Propaganda is not inherently a bad thing. Propaganda is just putting out a message to sway people's opinions. There is good propaganda. If you raise your children to be proud patriots, you are propagandizing them. That is propaganda. So all in all, I think that we have lost our way in terms of finding creative, nuanced ways in the West to share whatever social thing we believe in, regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum. Whereas Japan, they're still doing it. Persona 5 is one of the most insanely social aware games of all time. You could pluck any moment from that game and find a way to attribute it to real life, but the game doesn't do that for you. The game treats it as its own thing.
Yeah, well, I was actually talking about that with a buddy of mine just actually about a week ago. You know, we were talking about how, because you brought up Dragon Age Veilguard. Just in that regard too. I bought the game. And I have to buy things because I have to formulate my own opinion and stuff like that, right? I was like, okay, if I came at it from like a different perspective. I was like, okay, if you're coming from like New Age BioWare or whatever, I give the game personally like a 6.5 to a 7 just because it's New Age BioWare. It's not like the old. I played every single Dragon Quest game. And the first Dragon Quest, I always tell people that's the best fucking Dragon Quest there. Like, if you, not say, I'm sorry, not Dragon Quest, Dragon Age. I'm sorry,
Dragon Age. Dragon Age Origins is fantastic.
Like it's play 3. Two was fun. Like 2 was fine. Like it wasn't like 1, but it was okay-ish. But it's just a dungeon. Yeah, the dungeons and shit were just garbage. 3, I enjoyed 3 to a certain extent. Just because, like, I don't like the single player MMO feel, because I miss that CRPG feel of Origins, And then, like, when looking at Veilguard, I'm just like, okay, this is New Age BioWare. All the old heads are gone. This is New Age BioWare. They're catering to Gen Z kids or whatever. That's who they're technically catering to. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm looking for mature themes in a lot of games currently, I normally would go play JRPGs and whatnot. But even then, I talked to another buddy, and I was like, okay, my buddy, he was complaining about Dragon Age Veilguard. I was like, okay, do you play JRPGs? Because there are some fantastic JRPGs that you might play. He's like, no, fuck Japan. I was like, well, you kind of need to check out, probably some good.
Let's say he holds that opinion, though. Fuck Japan, which frankly I think is retarded. I love Japanese games most of the time. I play more Japanese games than Western games. However, if you want to hold that, there are going to be gamers out there that think fuck Japan. So you know what that means? There's a market there for the West to be like, well, for people that don't play Japanese games, maybe we can fill that market, and they're not doing it.
Yeah. And I agree. And I'm like, when it comes to just to Western game devs, I'm like, they're more so catering now. Because matter of fact, a good like I say, with my discussion with a buddy of mine, TMO6, we were talking about how about JRPGs, on how he was like, because he's a big JRPG guy. I was like, well, you got to realize that sometimes Japan or just JRPGs in general, they come out with some sloppy games. You know, he was like, okay, well, what are some sloppy games then? Okay, I named him some sloppy games. Like, you know, Blue Dragon is one of the, it's very sloppy, and it's just that it's not a good JRPG, but it is very niche to where people can enjoy it, right? So he's like, well, yeah, you know, there's more positives that are outweighing the negatives, right? I was like, okay, you were right about that. But it's the same thing with the West right now. But with the West, it's the opposite story. There are more negatives than there are the positives, but you do find some diamonds in the roughs that are pretty good. It's just sometimes, you know, where we're at right now, people got to start checking out those diamonds in the roughs every so often, you know, until it gets better.
If you're an old school Resident Evil fan, I'm talking Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, PS1 era. There's a game out there on Steam right now. It's called Crow Country. It's like what, $5, $15, something like that, and it plays like an OG horror game, straight up PS1 graphics. I assume it's a Western game. I don't actually know, but I assume it's a Western game. I'm loving it. It is putting me back in them like straight up 1998 playing Resident Evil 2 for the first time vibes. You're stuck in this messed up amusement park, but you're a kid. It's like it's really, really good. But that's where, you know, what was the last AAA Western release that I won't lie, I cannot think of the last AAA Western release that I fell in love with, unless you count the recent expansion to Fallout 76.
For me, there are very, like, you know, I will agree, there are very few, like, because, you know, I'm a person when I play like a lot of AAA games, right? To me, these AAA games have to hit. What I'm like hitting is like, if I play it for a long period of time, you know, it's a good game to me, right? But if I play it and then I'm like minimizing the game every so often, I'm not like in the zone. You kind of get what I'm saying with that game. And so, like, there are very few over the past couple of years that's done that for me. You know, Days Gone was one of those games. I actually enjoyed Days Gone from Sony and whatnot.
I mean, Days Gone was like, what, 2017?
Yeah, 2017. Yeah, that was about 2017, 18. Yeah. And that was pretty
6 or 7 years ago. When was the last Western AAA game that just hit, bro? Did we gotten one in the last, let's say, 2 years?
See, I would say Ghost of Tsushima, but even though I bought it, I haven't played it yet. So I bought it, I just haven't got to it yet. You know, I'm going through my list.
I mean,
see, I would love to say like Yakuza, but I'm not going to count. I mean, would you consider Rigaku? See, I was gonna say, yeah, I was like, I would consider that, but yeah, a lot of Western games they just have not hit yet, you know. Like for me,
it was 2020, by the way, so you're reaching me at least 4 years back in the vault.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. There has been like a lot of great, you know, Western games that just haven't hit yet, you know. And like I said, I just feel like I believe is that we're going to get. A lot of worse shit is going to happen right now, right? And a lot of worse things are going to happen until it gets better. But that gets better part, it might take a couple years, might even take a decade until that point. But you know, like that's why for me recently, I just been more into the indie titles and stuff. You know, indie titles have been a lot better in this regard. You know, because I feel like I've been telling folks like I feel like that
Liza
we
P was
more.
Western, but that's not AAA, that's AA. But Liza P was good, but again, that's AA. So again, doesn't count. Really.
And that's what I'm about to bring up is that we need more indie/AA games. I feel like we're missing out a lot on these AAs.
Oh, dude, you want to AA? Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars is one of the best JRPG. I don't know if it was actually a JRPG. I think it was just made to emulate that style, and it was Western. But Sea of Stars was a banger, if not JRPG clone, and that was a AA indie game.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's what we just need more. We just need more of those AA games. I think, like, but the problem, but there's also, of course, you know, without throwing a lot of Cold War shit into it, I think it's more so that we're in this point where a lot of people are expecting like 9s and 10s on a lot of these games and stuff like that. And, you know, when it comes to like these AA titles, you know, you have to come and expect that, you know, especially if this is their first title, you know, give them that small little chance to kind of take that first step. And then hopefully they improve on whatever product that, you know, that they bring out, you know, next or whatnot. Can I get what I'm saying here? In a sense. But that's just me, though. That's just me personally.
It's interesting you bring up the culture war because no, sorry, go for it, Garrett.
No, I wanted to bring up a point that y'all brought up. Okay, y'all saying that people rather have a problem with games that say have themes that involve real life. Mm-hmm. Danganronpa is about despair and overcoming it and the way the world is. Does that make Danganronpa a bad game?
But I have a question.
Final Fantasy IX is about death. Does that make that a bad game?
But Garrett, that's what I'm saying. I said the East does it well and the West doesn't. Both games use listed.
Those are about Eastern games. So.
Yeah, both Eastern.
But my thing is, though, it's just the fact that this comment is made because people talking about they want a good game, but yet they're finding reasons just to complain about it because, oh, it makes me feel some type of way. But then you'll complain when a game comes out and it's lifeless, zombie-ish, all but motionless, and everything else.
You say it makes you feel type of way. It's how it makes you feel is actually very important. Like if I'm playing, because you mentioned Final Fantasy 9, that's actually my favorite. Well, that's my second favorite Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy Tactics is my favorite, but Final Fantasy 9 of the main number, that's my favorite. Dude, I've played that game like 17 times. I still feel shit when I play it. Then you play something coming out of the West nowadays, I feel anger because they're so bad at what they're trying to do. I get what you're trying to do, but I'm not getting the emotion from the game, from the story, from the characters.
Yeah,
because it's being superseded by the incompetence of the people that made it.
And I can agree with that because you got to have stories that give you those like feels, right? Like this is when you ask people like what games gave you the feels basically, right? That made you maybe even tear up a bit.
And see, why you on that? No. You're not wrong. And see, that's why I get on people about the shit they pull out on social media. Because it's like, to me, it's like, okay, you sit there and say, like how we just sitting there talking about, the game made you feel some type of way, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, they'll sit there and say they have a problem with that. But then you'll get mad, you'll praise a COD or something like that. When that's nothing more than paying. No. But that's $70 of you just shooting somebody.
Oh, dude.
That's what you're paying $70 to do. To shoot somebody else. That's it. Nothing else to it, anything of the sort. Mind you, I'm all for COD zombies. Always have been.
Yeah, I'm all for anything. I'm all for anything horde mode, so I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. My thing is this: it's just like, okay, if you want to be mad about bad writing, fine, I get it. Everything else, but to sit there and say outright, "Oh, well, this is too dark for me. Oh, this makes me feel some type of way. Oh, this is touching my mental health." But then what are you playing? Stardew Valley. That overly positive bullshit.
See, now, and the thing is,
but granted, I like Stardew Valley. Dude does a phenomenal job with it. No questions asked.
But I got you. I got you on a game that came out recently that hit with a lot of people. Now, if you're a big Warhammer fan, then you sure did. That was Space Marine 2, so I have to bring that out. But that's Warhammer. If you got. I can't really throw that in there. No, it's Warhammer. All you got there was the blood, guns, sweat, and tears, bro, and death.
Yeah, but even Warhammer, because it's got such expansive lore and shit, you get invested in this world, man. It is ultimate escapism. Whereas, I don't know, if you're gonna tackle a social issue, I'm not inherently opposed to it, but damn, it needs to be in universe to the game, and people need to be able to think for themselves and be like, oh, were they trying to draw a parallel to this? Maybe because there needs to be nuance. There needs to be nuance that differentiates the world of the game from our real world. I already live in our real world, and let's be real. For most people, it sucks. I'm a pretty positive individual. I love the real world. I think we live in a fucking cartoon, and it's great. But most people don't like the real world. That's why they play video games and want to escape from it. So maybe don't remind them of the real world. Just make them think for themselves.
No, I get that. 100.
And that's fair. Which most games I feel like are doing it. Long ones anyway. I don't know. Like I said, you can't sell me on fucking COD. But I'm not going to sit there and not play a game because, this might actually be talking about me or people I know or the world or the government. If it's true, it's true. Like, I would commend them for being able to put those kinds of issues in a game and put it into good storytelling.
So on the topic of being of maturity in games, let's bring up two good examples, right? So the first example, a good example and a bad example. The good example first is The Last of Us.
Okay.
The seriousness and the tone of that game is amazing, and it handles it so well. Well, we're not gonna talk about the second one, but it handles it so well, right? And you're in the world, you get wrapped up. So, some characters you only meet for 2 hours, but the moment they die, it feels like a part of you have died. Also with the story, and that's good character creation. That resonates with the world. A bad example of that is Tosh in Dragon Age Veilguard, where the world is ending in a fantasy world, but this chick sounds like she gets Starbucks every day. Like so when it comes to maturity and things like that, you get dragged out of it because the world, the setting, and the characters, they all don't mesh together, and it takes you out of the immersion of the maturity that you're trying to look for, or at least trying to aim at.
Here's my question though: do you have a problem with a character just nonchalant about it though? Just don't care.
Do I have a problem with a character that's just nonchalant?
Yeah, it just don't care about what the fuck is happening in the world. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do anyway.
Well, no, because as long as they're part of the universe of not caring, then that's fine. Like for instance, if the world is ending in, let's say, in a DC universe type thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we got all these DC characters and everything, and then we throw in a Goku in there, and he just wants to fight everyone, completely ignoring all the world issues that's going on. That is a disconnect there. And so even though Goku, he doesn't care and he's willing to help towards the cause, his intentions for helping towards the cause is completely disconnected with the world in general.
What's wrong with that? Everybody has their own reason why they fight. To say you just want everybody with the same mindset then.
No. I'm not saying no. Being in the same mindset and being in the same world are two different things, right? So like for instance, I'm not gonna bring in. Okay, let me go even more obscure. I'm not gonna put in Goku in Stardew Valley. Like that's the type of disconnect.
No, I mean that makes okay. Shit that just makes no sense then. Okay, now I'm with you.
Okay.
No, all right, that was great. No. I'm just thinking in my head, I was like, Goku, Stardew Valley, though. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's nonchalant about the world, and like in the world of Stardew Valley, you're basically, essentially, you're a farmer being an entrepreneur trying to grow your stuff, and then you just got this random guy, this Super Saiyan in here who wants to fight everyone,
technically, the only person that Goku can't defeat is Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi will get Goku to work on the farm whenever she feel like it.
Right.
If I recall, there was an episode where Chi-Chi was telling Goku and Piccolo go pick up some cabbages and shit, something like that. If I recall, so
and he'd be looking to fight everyone along the way. The mayor would have a black eye on his way just to get some cabbage. Shit's crazy.
No, that's great though. But no, I feel it though. I do feel it though. Now, this is all right. So we're gonna move on to this next topic here. Now, this is what I know Britley going to probably be hot about because we have plenty of conversations about this one here. This is the one. What are your thoughts on remakes and remasters of classic games, and do they hold up to modern standards, or do they feel like cash grabs?
Lord have mercy.
Ooh.
Should we say Ridley for last, or should we let you just go off, Ridley?
Yeah. Please let me go first.
All right, go ahead.
Remakes are stupid. Final Fantasy VII remake should not have happened in the way it did. No matter what you say, the ending is still going to be the fucking same, no matter how much you upgrade the damn game. No matter how much of the story side shit you add to the game, the end game is still the same. The only thing they did was make Final Fantasy VII 2.0. That is it.
No, I hear that.
Like, where's the creativity at? The creativity is dead. But I get it. Because, again, due to today's standards, niggas can't make nothing. Because every time they try to make something, everybody fucking got to complain about it. Instead of just, hey, I want to try it.
Now, I will say...
Go ahead. Let him finish and then go
ahead. I'm done.
I mean, I have something to say in regards to that, but I think there are benefits to having like remakes or remasters. I do agree with you on the Final Fantasy VII thing, because as somebody who played Final Fantasy VII when it came out and just wanted another like new version of the game, like I kind of just wanted to just make it again. I kind of just wanted a nicer version. I get that it's practical.
Final Fantasy 7 remake, not Final Fantasy. It's not Final Fantasy 7. I mean, it's not.
It's not. It's that's the sad part. Is like,
no, and the crazy thing is like, why you bringing that up? A dude literally remodded that whole game, and the shit looks a lot better. But it's still the way you knew Final Fantasy was.
Yeah. But back on there is like, I remember what was the game that recently came out? It was like Silent Hill 2 is like Blooper Team. Like people didn't have a lot of faith that they could make anything, and the real version of Silent Hill 2 is not as easy to get a hold of. Like I think that's a situation where I don't know if that counts as like a remake, more for what remaster.
So it's not. Like, so actually, let me delineate, because this is the problem I have when people say remake.
Go ahead and define it. Like, go ahead.
Yeah, people don't know the difference between a remake, a remaster, a reimagining, and a reboot. They are 4 different things. So they all get used interchangeably. So I'm gonna lay it down right now.
I remember when it was 3. I remember when it was just 3. Go ahead.
Yeah. So a remaster is when you just take an existing game in engine, upscale it for a different for a better platform. You know, Metroid Prime Remaster is literally the GameCube game. It's just touched up. Now it's on Switch. A remake is when you take a game, you build it ground up exactly the same, but you keep it you update the graphics, the audio, like that. Spyro Reignited trilogy, and Crash Bandicoot, that is a remake. Reimagining is what you get with the recent Resident Evils. They're calling remakes. What you get with Final Fantasy 7, those aren't remakes. Those are reimaginings, but they can't say reimagining because that's not going to sell. So they say remake. And then lastly, you got reboot, which doesn't happen as often, but like DMC. DMC was an attempt to reboot the Devil May Cry franchise, basically start it over and give us a new game and a new universe, but set in sort of the same series. Those are the 4 differences. So when people bring up remakes, dude, I got no issues with remakes for games that I think justify remakes, but if you're gonna do it, you keep the game the exact fucking same. That's what we fans bought the first time. That's what we want. If you want to upgrade the visuals, definitely do that. If you want to upgrade the audio, because the game came out in 1997, do that. If you want to add some quality of life stuff, maybe it didn't have autosave because again, it was 1997. Yeah, do that. But
that's something that
the build, everything needs to be the exact same.
That's something that that's something that me and you actually really do agree on. I've always stated that for like these past couple of years. Like I feel as though like when it comes to remakes and also remasters, I feel as though it depends on the game, how old that game is, and could this game, like, if let's say this, because you know a lot of companies have a lot of dead IPs, correct? That just they're just sitting there dormant. And I feel like
Jack 4, but you know what? Remake Jack 1, 2, and 3 first.
Exactly. And that's the point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Like you have to do that's why I'm okay with that, because as long as they keep it to that 1-to-1 ratio, I'm perfectly fine with that, because that just shows it's just showing people that, hey, are y'all interested in more of this series? That's what Sega is actually doing right now with a lot of their classic games right now. They're trying to bring people back to Golden Axe, to Jet Set Radio. They're trying to
Crazy Taxi. You know, Crazy Taxi.
They're bringing back crazy. They're bringing back a lot of shit, and so that's why I'm like, this is a good, like, that's why when it comes to remakes and remasters, it's a good thing for older titles that just you either can't get, but as long as they keep to a 1-to-1 copy. Now, if they need to make that 1-to-2 ratio kind of change over here, they're cool. Now, anything further past 2, you make it pretty much a brand new game at that point. You know, so like that's why it's okay. Like if they were to freaking, what's a classic fucking game? I mean, they're doing Soul Reaver, you know, but that's just a remaster, you know. Yeah. But I'm okay with them doing that because they're trying to pique interest into people. Like, do y'all want to see more of the Soul Reaver series making a comeback? You know, let's see. We got a comment here from Neil Listener. A remake should at least be 2 generations later. Yeah, I would say probably 3.
Yeah, dude, we don't need no PS3 remakes. That's 2 generations ago, right? Like, let's be real. PS3 is 2 generations ago. I get, like, Demon Souls, I know everybody wanted it. They got it, fair enough. But in general, PS3 games mostly hold up. We don't need no fucking remasters.
Yeah.
Or remakes. I mean, a remaster may be fine because remakes, we don't need no.
Yeah. Like, example.
I think it depends because, like, if we're talking about like PS3, there's a lot of games that are trapped on the PS3 that were actually pretty decent in their time, and the Wii U while I'm at it, because I was gonna bring up the new there's MGS4 is still like probably like the only game that's still trapped on that, and technically Metal Gear Acid, but nobody talks about that one.
But I don't think it should be remade, because that's 3 to 5 years of building from the ground up development. No, they could remaster it instead and then put it on the new hardware. So I'm
in agreement with that. Just because I remember at its time, it was like pretty technically impressive. I feel like even by today's
it was absolutely. I remember seeing Old Man Snake, and I was like, I could count the hairs on his mustache. I was like, God damn.
Yeah,
and that's kind of like
with the gun in his mouth.
And that's kind of like how I feel like, okay, like with the original Fallout games, right? The original Fallout games, even to this day, they still hold up in terms of gameplay and story. Now, if they were to remake it in terms of like keep that 1-to-1 ratio, remake them into like Divinity Original Sin kind of style, something like that, that would be pretty cool. But that'll definitely work.
Like, let me tell you about I'm looking forward to that Xenoblade Chronicles X that's coming out, because everything on the Wii U was on the Wii U, and like it's one of the last games that's like on the Wii U. I'm looking forward to them bringing that over. So I think it's a good example of that. But then what was I gonna say? Like, I think for remakes and remasters can, like, it needs to be like a genuine effort. I feel like I was really disappointed by like what was it, the StarCraft, and what was
Warcraft 3 Reborn. That pissed everybody off.
A lot of these companies will use remakes or remasters as just a quick cash grab. Let's say Tomb Raider. The recent Tomb Raider one, they put in the fucking Wike, and it was awesome. But that's not typical. Most remasters, at least in my opinion, are just straight up, hey, let's just make them buy the game again, slightly brighter, and we're gonna make buttloads of cash.
Exactly. Matter of fact, I was so disappointed by that StarCraft. I had never played it before at that point, and so when I started playing, I was like, what did they change? I was like, this looks
lame. Change shit. Like they just made it look more graphically, it's like aesthetic or whatever.
It looks like they just upped the resolution, and that was it.
That's about it.
That's pretty much
like,
it.
Matter of fact, when it came to Warcraft 3 Reborn, that was actually a demaster, because they actually took out a lot of features that made Warcraft 3 3. They took out a lot of modding features, and they made sure specifically that, like, hey, you can't make great fucking custom games and shit, because you know why? Because fucking Valve and Dota and shit, they fucking lost out on Dota or whatever. It's like, well, Blizzard, that is your fault for 10 years, for you doing that 10 years. You had 10 years prior to support Dota, but you didn't. And when Dota became successful than what it was, now you're kind of salty about it. And so now when you came out with Warcraft 3, you're like, oh, well, let me put it in the call. You can't make modded custom games and shit like that. Well, you just killed the entire player base. Like, they're like, and then on top of it, you delist their game. The original
Resident Evil 3 remake, which wasn't a remake, it's a reimagining, did the same shit. How you gonna remake a game and for the PS4 and it have less content than the OG PS1 game? Like, dude, nah, get the fuck out of here.
I'm kind of glad I got that shit for free.
I'm a mad Resident Evil 4 remake hater.
I got that shit for free because I bought my GPU back then. So I'll say, you know what, I'll take it. I'll take it.
So to go off of Vance's point about StarCraft Remastered, I mean, honestly, I think it was a good thing that, like, the newer generation gets to see, like, what's up with StarCraft. StarCraft is the game I grew up playing. But they took the fucking campaign editor out that shit. So that goes to your point as well, Leon. Like, motherfuckers like remaster something and then they take shit out. Like, the campaign editor is like a bread and butter aspect of StarCraft. Like, you can build your own maps and shit. But
a beautiful remaster like that, like like you said with Spyro and Crash, fucking Shadow of the Colossus, and also Medieval.
But those are remakes. Those are remakes. They are built from the ground up.
Yeah, that's what those are. Yeah.
So, I'm glad that you brought up that point about like the remasters versus remakes versus reimaginings, because that's like what I thought. But you just put like my thoughts like into like.
Well, you see how you see how we're fucking it up sometimes. Saying remasters, remakes, and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so,
it's not like the consumer's fault for fucking it up, because the companies that are making these games also use the terms interchangeably, and I think they do that as a way to coax you into buying the game. They know that there's no they know that they are muddying the waters, but they don't care, because again, Final Fantasy VII Remake should not have been called Remake. Should have been called Final Fantasy VII Reimagining. And you know what? Maybe I'd be a bit more forgiving to it. But no, you took a game I loved, you changed the story, you changed the mechanics, you changed the combat, you changed everything. It's not a remake at that point. This is a different fucking game that you are calling a remake of a classic.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Leon. So would you consider like the Pokemon like remaster games? Like I'm talking like Fire Red.
Those are
yeah. Fire Red and Green are remakes. Yeah. In fact, I think Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are the some of the best remakes of any game ever. I truly think Omega Ruby.
Hold on, Leon. You might get people might shoot you for that because they might gold and silver. The remakes people want.
Now, to be fair, that's actually one of the few Pokemon games I missed. I never actually played the remakes of Gold and Silver. I straight up missed them. I've heard they're great. I never played them.
I played Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and then I ended up losing my DS somehow. So I didn't get to play Black 2, and White 2, or the remakes.
You're not missing out. Those are literally the worst Pokemon games, in my opinion. Black and White. I didn't play Black 2 and White 2. But Black and White, I think, are the worst Pokemon games.
I heard that Black and White was pretty mad, but Black and White 2 improved on a lot of things. But I haven't played that personally myself, so I think that's when I kind of quit playing Pokemon around that time.
The sucky thing about Black and White, I get what they were trying to do with just having only Gen 5 Pokemon, but I'm they literally had nothing but Gen 5 Pokemon in Black and White. I'm bro,
well, so that's because Black and White was actually a reboot. Black and White was their attempt at a reboot. That's and that's coming from Nintendo themselves. Actually, I think it was the Pokemon company that said that, not Nintendo. But the only I don't even think they kept Pikachu in there, who was their mascot. They wanted to basically it was supposed to be effectively a revamping of Gen 1. They wanted to start from the scratch again for a new generation of kids that didn't grow up with the older stuff. And I think that's a bad move. But not only is that a bad move, you can play the game. You ever watch an HBO show like Band of Brothers, and it's got a gray filter over it, so it's dark and gritty. Black and White 2 looked this is dark and gritty Pokemon. I thought it was fucking stupid, dude. Pokemon, give me some fucking color.
They actually kind of did that with the game series called Advanced Wars or whatnot. The first 3 were fantastic, but then they tried to do what's called Days of Ruin, and they tried to reboot it with that, and that actually literally killed the Advanced Wars series was Days of Ruin. But also the Advanced Wars series was always cursed though. That's a sad series, y'all. It's so sad. That series is always cursed because it always dropped at a certain type of major world event. The first one came out, if I recall, around September, when the Twin Towers got attacked.
Yeah,
that's rough.
And for a war game, it's so tragic. That man, when they announced the remake, the remake of the first game, or the first 2 games, I was like, oh, thank God. And then guess what? The war in Ukraine happened. Yeah. They delayed that motherfucker for 2 years. I said, there ain't no damn way. I was about to cancel I'm about to give up and cancel my pre-order. And they're like, oh, we got it. We're good, y'all. I was like, Nintendo, fuck that war. Just drop the game. It's already done. Just drop that shit. What's happening in Ukraine? I'm sorry to say, I don't. It sucks. But
speaking of 9/11 and shit, have you guys ever watched the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films? Obviously, you guys have seen. Everyone's seen. Tobey Maguire, great Spider-Man of all time. I'll stake my life on it. You know how he just out of nowhere just sort of goes to having his Spider-Man suit, and there's just a montage of shit.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is?
Actually, no. Go ahead. So.
Because there's the scene where he very first becomes Spider-Man. He is stopping criminals from flying a helicopter into the Twin Towers, and he webs the fucking helicopter up between the two and stops the criminals that way. And then 9/11 happened in post-production.
Oh, yeah.
You guys the scene, and so they just show a flash of different Daily Bugle newspapers, and there's this Spider-Man guy running around, and he's in costume. Yeah, 9/11
actually
fucked up a lot of media.
Yes, if I recall, it happened the same thing with GTA 3. They had the Twin Towers in that too, and they had to remove that in the GTA 3 release as well.
MGS2 had a whole scene cut out of it.
So, war never changes, y'all. Shit never changes.
Oh, there it is. Well played.
Never changes.
Yes, sir. Hey, play Fallout, man. Fallout, best game series. I know y'all gonna attack me for that.
Not best, it's top 5.
It's up there. It's up there, man. just let Obsidian, create the next Fallout New Vegas or West Coast game or whatever they try to do, and then we can get talking right there.
I made a video. Nobody watched it because it wasn't a Culture War video, so it flopped hard. But I made a video that was top 10 places, top 10 cities I'd like to see Fallout 5 take place in. I'm so proud of that video.
Hey, I think I remember seeing the video. I was at work.
I watched it. Yeah.
I'm not even a Fallout fan, but I took a look at it.
No, it was a good video. I was a Fallout person. I had to check it out.
Dude, every now you get tired of doing Culture War shit and hey, I just want to make something that's interesting and Fallout's my baby, yo. It's no Sonic or Resident Evil, but it's up there. Fallout's my baby.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. Man, we've been talking for a good man. That was a good ass topic right there. Okay.
The one thing I do want to say, I didn't really get to go too deep into it, but I would say long story short, remakes, remasters, reimaginings, they can be good if they are because usually people can tell if you're actually putting effort into them. they can be good, but it's like I feel like there are a lot of companies that do them as cash grabs right now.
Yeah, that's what
enough effort into like actually making them good games. But it's like I think it's great that like the younger generation gets to experience certain games like Super Mario RPG, one of my favorite games of all time. It's like
I've yet to buy that yet. Is it? I need to buy it. I've been wanting to buy it.
Here's what you need to do. You need to first watch Mugen Lord's review on it because it's one of the best reviews I've ever seen on a video game in my life. Not just for that game, but like Mugen Lord's Super Mario RPG remake review was like, I cannot give it enough praise. Dude slayed it from every conceivable angle.
I'll definitely check it out for sure.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I really feel like I think there are certain aspects that make it more of a complete remake, but it's like I feel like the core gameplay for the most part is just like straight up remastered with like just better graphics. But I do think it like teeters more towards like a remake, but
yeah, it is. No, it's a remake. Again, they built it ground up, so it's a remake, and it's. Again, it's worth it. Play it, buy it. It's good. Again, watch Moon Lord's video because I want to support my homie. And god damn,
he's a good dude. Pretty good. I talked to
him. I like Moon Lord.
No, he's a good dude. Talked to him multiple times. Really fun to talk to. Learned about a lot about Xenosaga, Xenogears. That's a series.
You'll probably learn a lot about feet. Homie got a foot fetish. We don't hold it against him.
Wow.
Hey, it is what it is. Everybody got their kink somewhere. Everybody got their kink. Okay, so this next topic here. How have indie games influenced the gaming landscape? What impact do they have on the bigger studios?
Did you already?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't talk about that.
They don't.
That's all.
I don't think they do. Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't think that indie games have any effect on the bigger studio. I think they have a massive effect on actual gamers, people that are like, you know what, I want to buy a game because I want a new game, so I'm going to boot up Steam, as opposed to just like looking at whatever Kotaku or IGN or whatever has to say. But I don't think Sega or Square Enix or Bethesda or Blizzard are looking at Steam being like, all right, what are these little fucking indie guys doing? Unless it's a breakout runaway thing like Shovel Knight or whatever. Like some indie games blow up beyond proportion.
Yeah.
Then maybe the big guys take a look at it. Nintendo, we know for sure saw Shovel Knight. They fucking add him into Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I swear to God. Let me tell y'all with that start. So we brought a Stardew Valley earlier, right? I remember that one Nintendo Direct that they had. They showed off at least 20 Stardew Valley-esque type of games. That one Direct. Yeah. I'm like, y'all really trying to hit up this Stardew Valley? Not like Stardew Valley, but goddamn, y'all.
But those are more lightning in a bottle games that eclipse the indie scene as opposed to our good indie games. Like I compare it. Honestly, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I compare it to Ripaverse. You got like homie out there, Air July is making his own thing and it's blowing up and so many people love it. And then you've got like your other Comicsgate dudes trying to do the same thing. And like maybe comic book fans are buying those, but they're not actually reaching beyond comic book fans, So you got the ones that blow up and everyone notices. And then you got the little guys that are within their niche. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with being within your niche. But the Marvel ain't paying attention to motherfucking Frog Tony or whatever.
But it's like I do, I do believe like, it's like you said, there are certain, I buy and play a lot of indie games, some of them, some hit, some don't, but my only thing when it comes to indie games, like we can't keep knocking some of these indie devs down because these are the guys who are probably going to maybe one day end up replacing a lot of these, or at least becoming AA sometime in the future. At least if they can hit their goals, hit their funding and stuff, because there are several fantastic indie games out there. One of my most successful or favorite indie games I played last year was definitely Aliens Dark Descent, which I keep trying to get a buddy of mine to finish, but he will never fucking finish it because he's like, you really knows what I'm talking about too, by the way.
Wow.
And so, I mean, if you're a person who loves the Alien series, that is a fantastic fucking game because it's like, damn, they actually did like the series justice in terms of gameplay and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, they should definitely, hopefully get the opportunity to do like a second game or whatnot. And maybe whoever sees them, or they could stay independent, gets better budgeting, better funding and stuff like that, and because, like, let's see. Well, Nelix Nurse said in chat, I think Triple H still don't acknowledge indie. Yeah, they still don't because they still don't. And this is why, like, I'm like, people, we keep getting angry at these AAA devs and shit like that. they're never going to change. They're going to cater to whoever they're going to cater to. But we should do somewhat find a little bit of joy here and there, especially when it comes to like these smaller indie devs. Hell, fucking Metal Slug Tactics just recently came out. I was like, I love Metal Slug. If y'all like Final Fantasy Tactics, Metal Slug Tactics is a nice, pretty cool roguelike. Y'all should definitely check out.
Interesting, because I didn't know Metal Slug made like tactics style games. And I fell in love. I mean, again,
no,
that's my favorite Final Fantasy.
It just came out, and it's pretty solid. It's fucking solid as a tactics game. It's challenging though, but it's solid. But I'm used to that shit though. And so like, we have there's a great amount of indie devs out there. It's just all about I wish more people will sit there and quit complaining about AAA and start supporting these smaller people. Depending on I don't care what side that you're on or whatever, but at least be like if you enjoy that kind of indie game or what they do, definitely so consider paying for it and supporting them and stuff like that. You get what I mean?
And Nihilistic Nerd in the comments is right. We have to be careful about propping up indie too much. They're not infallible. We see, look, there's stories all the time about indie game devs pulling the same fuck shit that AAA devs do. It's just the stories aren't as big because, the indie devs aren't as big, but it does still happen. Yeah. Like, you got to look at it on an individual. I'm okay with looking in AAA gaming as its own thing because at the end of the day, it's a massive industry. But when it comes to indies, I try to look at everything individually. Plus, these developers are small, they deserve that.
That's exactly what I do. Like, when it comes to indie game, like, if your game piques my interest, I'll go ahead and definitely support it. Like, I'm like, hey, this looks pretty great. I'll buy it on Steam, buy it full price, whatever. I'm like, if I like it, I enjoy it. I put many hours. One of my most favorite recent games I picked was fucking Diplomacy Is Not an Option, and I've been playing the hell out of that game. And that game's it's a RTS turtling strategy game where you got to defend yourself against billions and billions of like civilians and other shit. It's kind of crazy. You're basically.
Did y'all ever hear this really small indie game that no one ever heard of called Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3? It was wild, dude. Like,
yeah, dude, I can't believe when you brought that game. It kind of just came and fucking went.
No, not in the FGC. UMVC3 was the Evo game for like a decade.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I'm sorry.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, man. Yeah,
I like
play it because it was a lot to the Switch, and at the time I was real worried about the Disney shit. But Mugen Lord said it was good. I was like, you know what? Again, I take homie with he's like top tier game advice for me. So I'm going to pick up. We were literally just talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance like a month ago. So he and I.
Yeah, it's a fun game, but yeah, it's locked on the Switch. I'm like, I'm just very surprised. I guess it's locked because Nintendo had to fund it. So that's probably why.
And the first one is the best Marvel game ever made. Just bar none. The first Marvel Ultimate Alliance game is the best Marvel game ever fucking made.
Yeah. Now speaking on Marvel, there's a classic that they should bring back. Now it's actually on the PS2, if I remember correctly. What's it called? Marvel Nemesis?
Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfect. That game has some significant issues. That's a game that I think could benefit from a remake because it had problems back in the day, but the idea was really cool. Do it again, but just fix your shit.
Mm-hmm. I love that game.
Yeah, that was a game. I think I beat that game at least like 3 or 4 times when I was a kid.
Because it was like 6 hours long, and it definitely could have been long.
Go ahead, Dodge.
So I think when it comes to indies, it like I think Leon kind of said it best. It really also depends on like their success because 2 indie studios that are kind of more AA now is Moon Studios, the people who created Ori and the Blind Forest, and now they're up to making No Rest for the Wicked, and then Larian Studios. They started off with the Divinity series, and now they're making Baldur's Gate 3. And if you want to think about it, Baldur's Gate 3 has a huge impact on the industry. So that's why I say I think it really depends. But yeah, for the most part, like a regular indie, no one really cares about. But unless you create something as big as a Baldur's Gate 3 or as big as Ori and the Blind Forest or the Will of the Wisp, no one's really paying attention too much.
Yeah, Moon Studios knows what's up, dude. I caught Ori when it first came out. Like my buddy had it. I was watching him play it. And again, I'm a platformer dude. Mario, Sonic, Shovel Knight, like that's my bread and butter.
Bro.
And then I was watching play Ori. Oh, I've replayed that game. I don't know how many times. It is so
good.
It's gorgeous.
So good.
The music hits. The mechanics. Fuck, I've almost platinumed a bit, but one of the trophies is a no death run, and I can't fucking do it, dude. I can't do a no death run.
Yeah.
I've been trying for years, bro.
I can't recommend the Ori series enough. If you haven't played it, please, after this, pick it up for at least an hour. The game is cheap. I don't think it's no more than $30. Please try it. Try it.
It's on sale all the time. You can get the two of them bundled together for like $5 on Steam sale.
Oh, look, see, like I promise you, like you will not be disappointed. Like, and if you are disappointed by the game, I'll buy it for you. Like, that's how confident I am in that game. It is so good.
Hey, just like how y'all. Hey, I mean, you know, it's crazy
Ori,
for me.
your money back.
Get out.
Ori, your money.
I feel that. I feel that. Like, you know, I will say this. Up until recently, I wasn't much of a boomer shooter kind of person either. You know, I didn't play a lot of boomer shooters or type of games, right? You know, whenever Warhammer 40K Bolt Gun came out, that's what really kind of got me, because I'm a big Warhammer guy, and that got me into boomer shooter. I was like, wow, this is a fantastic boomer shooter, right? So then after I played that game, I was like, you know what? I guess there's a lot of boomer shooters out there, right? So, you know, I've been playing a lot more recent, like, you know, boomer shooters and stuff. Like, one of them that actually the game developer actually gifted me, appreciate it, which is called Forgive Me Father 2. And that was actually pretty fucking insane, because you're playing as some dude who's like, it's kind of like Churchful in a sense, but you're fighting fucking demons and shit, using different kind of weapons, like using like a fish gun, pistols and other shit. It's like, it's pretty wild, you know. And like, you bring out the Bible to increase, like, give you increased stats and speed and shit. And I mean, it's a great, fantastic game. And I was like, you know, I wasn't expecting to like really enjoy it, but then I was like, wow, this is great, you know. I was like, this is that boomer shooter, I guess, right? And there's a couple that I need to check out, because, you know, there's a dev company. What are they called? Blood something. Blood. What's the name? Blood Moon? No, it's not Blood Moon. There's a dev company out there who's actually creating a Fallout-esque kind of game, but they've been really into boomer shooters lately. They created a pretty good amount of boomer shooters. One of them was I think Phantom Fury is pretty good. If you guys ever play Phantom Fury, which is based on another game series. A lot of people did. I mean, it was like one of those kind of indie games that it wasn't the best like kind of boomer shooter, but it was pretty decent in its own right, you know. Because, you know, again, not every game is going to hit the way how people want it to hit. You know,
yeah.
3D. There you go. 3D realms. 3D realms have been really big in the boomer shooters lately. Like, that's like their thing.
Now, Disparity, I got a question for you as far as this whole show goes and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be like a debate, and so far we've agreed like 95% of the time. When are we gonna start getting spicy, bro? We gonna start throwing hands. Don't
worry, we throwing hands soon. No, don't worry. Don't worry. We got another Leon, another 15 minutes, and we can start throwing hands. Yeah. Another 15 minutes. You know what though? Here, I got something for y'all. Hold on. Now, this is actually one that I kind of been like thinking about for the past couple of years, actually. Do you guys think there's more room for innovation in game genres, or do y'all think most ideas have been exhausted?
No, as long as you're able to write something, there's room to do anything.
Yeah.
Can you define what you mean by innovation?
So innovation, think of it like this. Think about taking... Well, a good example was the Yakuza series, right? The Yakuza series started as this action-based kind of game, right? And then they innovated by changing it into this turn-based RPG strategy kind of game. You know, they genre-bended or whatnot. Now, a lot of people didn't like it at first, but then once they played Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon or whatnot, they fell in love with it. It was like, damn, you know, this is actually pretty fucking great. So think of it like in that kind of sense when it comes to innovation. Like another, like think of it like example. Let's say Mass Effect. They turned that Mass Effect series into an RTS series or something like that.
There is only one company that is still innovating to the degree that I would consider true innovation, and that is Nintendo. Everyone else has gotten sloppy. Is there room for innovation? Yeah, because Nintendo is still doing it, but no one else is.
Well, if I recall, Nintendo has always stated there's a reason why they don't come out with a lot of certain games, because they always say they want to try to make every game feel different or be different. I kind of disagree with them because of the fact that, I mean, you can create 20 Mario games, but you can't create me a Star Fox game or a Donkey Kong game or a Yoshi game.
You want Star Fox?
Like you gave me 3 versions of Star Fox 1, bro.
They had like the OG, and then they had like a Super Star Fox, and then they had Star Fox 64.
Like the only Star Fox game that innovated was Star Fox Adventures. That was the only game.
Star Fox Assault did too. Star Fox Assault did too, but I guess it kind of like just like integrated everything from the first 3 games. But
yeah, like, you know, that's what when it comes to like innovation and stuff like that. That's what I feel like. genre bending games and stuff is like the one way to do it. You know, if you want to feel like, hey, you want to try something different, you know, do it like that. But really, I know, yes. Did you have something to say, really?
Yeah. I just feel like, and that's my problem with remasters and remakes. And I keep telling this, I've been saying this for 2 years, that creativity is dead because no one's willing to we got a lot of stories out there we can use.
Yeah.
Where's the damn Game of Thrones fucking game at? An actual one. A good one.
He said, not trash, bro. We need something good, not trash.
Yeah, like, I mean, you got so many fucking goddamn seasons you can use for that. Even if you want to go all 8 seasons, fuck it, even though we don't talk about them. But
True.
You can make a game out of that. Like, we all know the shit's well written. If they wanted to go exactly by the books, do you realize how many people would pay for that if they went exactly by the books? Let's be honest.
Well, the books aren't done yet, but I would like
they ain't ever getting done, bro.
I mean, it's enough. I mean, I think we all can agree it's enough books out there to where they can pull a decent game out of there.
Yeah, I feel like an open-ended, like, oh, this is our ending, you know, or maybe we do this in it, you know.
And it's like, I felt like in like OG saying here, creativity is dead because nobody wants to try. That's half true. The first problem, that's the first.
I mean,
problem.
well,
the second problem is nobody wants to have a bad buy anymore. And I brought this up before. Back in the day, you could not get a refund. You bought what you bought. If you didn't like it, guess what? Oh well, you just wasted your money. It was what it was. If a game was too hard, you could just take it back. You put that motherfucker up, turned it off, took a couple hours to yourself, probably got right back on to the one where you eventually beat it. If not, then even I can't help you with that. But still, the problem is that it's too many ways out for people to sit there and be able to say, well, I don't even want to bother with it. It's easy to say, oh, what if somebody tell me I'm not interested?
Yeah.
Well, I also think there's the problem of there's a larger problem when it comes to return on investment. So you got investors, you got people that head honchos of these companies, Square Enix, Sega, Blizzard, whatever it may be, all these big companies that they've already found that they've hit success. They don't need to look. Why bring out why bring out some crazy new IP that's done something you've never done before when you can make another boost game for the Sonic engine? Like, you know, there's a laziness there because, like, hey, we know this will make money. We don't want to take the risk. It's not even about not being willing to try. Now, there are probably devs out there who are incompetent and they don't have the ability. But as far as the overarching money men at the company go, they don't want to take the financial risk of something new flopping, and that has the stifle creativity. Don't get me wrong, I'm a capitalist. I love people making money. I love making money. That being said, that will being complacent will only take you so far. I'm a massive Sonic fan, so I'm gonna use this as the example. Sonic games, we know for a while, man, they ain't exactly been in a great spot. Then Sonic Frontiers,
hit or miss.
Sonic Frontiers, the best 3D Sonic games, is probably Sonic Generations in 2011. Holy shit. Why? They changed shit up. Now, do they copy Nintendo and steal a lot from Breath of the Wild? They did. However, for Sonic, it was different, and it paid the fuck off.
What I think, now this is what I believe what most AAA should do, at least in my personal opinion, is that, you know, it's like you said, there's, you know, they don't want to take that chance to create something, right? I feel like that they should have a set amount of funding, right? And like, okay, I want to license out one of my IPs that I own, right? Now I'm going to give this game dev or somebody a chance to see what can they create with this kind of IP to like see what the people think about said IP or whatnot, right? And I feel like if game devs, AAA, is definitely publishers are willing to do more of that, you know, it'd be like just every once in a
bad idea in theory, but again, there's a lot of risk there because sometimes you're going to get a Fallout New Vegas like we got with Obsidian. Sometimes you're going to get a fucking Sonic Boom. Like, you know, there's some risk there.
Yeah, and that's the name. It's the name of the game, though. You got to take the risk.
I agree they should be taking that risk. I agree with you. They should be taking it. But like when you look at the two side by side, I can see why companies aren't willing to take the risk. I think they should, but I can see why they wouldn't because like everyone clowned on DMC. DMC was a good game. Dante looked like shit. That wasn't Dante, but as a game, DMC was good. Did anyone buy it? No, because Dante looked like shit.
Yeah, people. Yeah, it's to that point where you it's kind of weird. Like you had 3 games of the same Dante, and it's like, hey, let's create this next looking black-haired Dante out of the blue or whatnot. Now, if they would have done some like type of parallel kind of not universe kind of shit or whatever, they crossed over some shit. I mean, that could have worked, something like that.
Ninja Theory made probably the best hack and slash game since the OG God of War games with DMC, but they disrespected.
What?
No. DMC was probably the best at the time it came out. You gotta remember, DMC came out like 2011 or something. It's been a while.
So we just saying fuck Dynasty Warriors that originally did.
No. Dynasty Warriors is that's its own special thing because it's not the same as like DMC, God of War, Heavenly Sword, Bayonetta. Like that's. Though I don't really know what to call Dynasty Warriors.
I get it.
There's no
It's a hack and slash Mushu.
It's a Mushu. Yeah, Mushu.
It's still a hack and slash.
Okay, so there you go. You got the qualifier Mushu. Where's their competition? I don't even. Dynasty Warriors is actually a great example because they actually do get shit licensed out to them. You've got the Gundam Dynasty Warrior games. You've got Hyrule Warriors. You got Persona Scramble. Like they're actually great about doing that. But I wouldn't compare those.
I don't think you really need competition. I don't think they really need competition. Though. Like it's kind of one of those things. Like, well, they do it. Let them do it at this point. Like that's how. If
you're gonna make a competition with Dynasty Warriors, you better be really, really good because if you come for the king, you best not miss.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with like Smash Bros. With the Smash Bros. Series, like you talk about the whole multiverse
There
game.
was a time when PlayStation fucking tried. PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. They tried. It wasn't good, but they tried.
You know what's crazy though is that I feel like fucking PlayStation should try again. But here's the thing though, it's like literally just copy fucking Smash in a sense, like people want to see Kratos, people want to see fucking Isaac, people want to see these crazy characters.
The problem with PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, everyone was unlocked from the beginning. It's a fucking fun game. I want to unlock these motherfuckers. You telling me you gave us like 18 characters that were all unlocked from the beginning? Give me Crash, not Crash Bandicoot, because I don't think he was in the game. Give me Ratchet and Clank and Kratos and make me unlock fucking everyone else. You don't got a 75-person roster like Smash Bros. If you got 18 characters, give me a reason to play your game for a long time.
Yeah, just PlayStation. They just need to.
It wasn't great, but I miss it.
They just need to try again. Now there was a rumor many years back that PlayStation was going to try again, but that's of course the rumor's a rumor. I don't know if that rumor got debunked or anything of the sort, but they definitely should just try again. You have it's like that's why I brought up Multiverse. Multiverse is WB's game right now. It's getting a lot of hate here and there because people are saying that it's dying, but it's actually pretty thriving, surprisingly. And it's like it's crazy to see fucking Joker.
I'm glad people are playing Multiverses. I'm glad they're enjoying it, but my God, it is a massive step down from Smash. It is not near technical enough. It is very much a casual game, and I want my fighters to be technical, bro.
I feel as though like I actually play the game. I'm like the top 600 fucking Samurai Jack main in the game. I'm surprised I'm in the top 600 in the 1v1s in that game. I feel as though with that game, it has to appeal like with casuals. So like I know a lot of the pro player scenes, they want like a little like a more of a fast paced game and stuff like that. But this is a this is a free to play fucking platform fighter, right? You need to have some type of casual because those casuals or those certain people they're your whales at the end of the day. They're there to be there. They're here to pay for whatever skin that comes out, every single day. They get on there. They're like, man, I don't feel like fighting nobody really today, but hey, that fucking skin right there, that $30 skin, I'll be glad to pay for that bitch, And there are people out there with a battle pass drops, they don't mind dropping the $70 on the battle pass. And a lot of and they're casuals, you got to keep those casuals involved somewhat. Because those are your whales. Every live service game needs their own whales. Needs their own people to keep the game afloat as of right now. Hold on. Is
Multiverse comparable to Brawlhalla?
Yes, Brawlhalla I would say is a lot better because they actually know how to balance.
I was about to get real fucking worried, bro. No,
trust me. You can ask Dark Riddler. I have my complaints with Multiverse. You can ask Dark Riddler. He hears me all the time. I have my own personal complaints when we talk in Discord.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, damn.
That's all I have. That's it.
Look, I'd be like, damn, this game could be fucking great. but these motherfucking developers are not fucking competent and fucking balancing their game.
There's a reason you're not on this panel, you fucking homo.
I'm about to say LG said it's better.
Now Rivals of Aether came out recently. Now I haven't played the Rivals of Aether, but people are saying that game is great. But of course, its player base is already kind of falling down too. So I'm not for sure my damn self, but I had to check it out when I get a chance. I mean, it's that $30 price tag.
LG,
it's probably not.
LG, my man. Brawlhalla is so much tighter. It like the controls are so much tighter. It feels great to play. And look, I like the idea of multiverses, but that shit is like a 2003 Xbox game Slippery.
Speaking of Slippery, we need that fucking Fusion Frenzy to come back. Y'all ever played that game on the original Xbox? Now to me that was a Mario Party killer. Just saying.
Mario.
And yet Mario Party just dropped a new game. Where's Fusion Frenzy?
Okay. Look, Mario Party though. Look, I will support every Mario Party.
Bitch, you are wearing a Mario shirt. Shut
Sorry,
the fuck up.
Bro, quit. No, here's the thing though. My problem with Mario Party though is like Nintendo just doesn't support Mario Party past the initial release of the game. Like it's like, look, I get that you gave us like a whole bunch of mini games and shit like that, but at least give us some fucking boards. Give us something. We thirsted for it, man. That's what, like, man, I would love to pick up every single Mario Party game, but you're not giving us. You can't just give us 3 boards and call it a day. You know, even my nephews was playing. I think it was called the first Mario Party that came out on the Nintendo Switch. They're like, I'm like, yo, why don't y'all play fucking Mario Party no more? Like, it's trash. I was like, why? It's like, it's just boring. Ain't no boards in there. It's like, okay, I get it. I got you.
I mean, the ones on fucking is that N64 I'm thinking of, they had a bunch of boards.
Yeah, the N64, the first, at least to me, the first 3 Mario Parties were like fantastic. Like, always be
say the first 7.
First 7. I haven't played like 5, 6, and 7.
7 was I think it was the last one on the GameCube. Maybe 8 was the last one on the GameCube. By the way, up through 7 are good. To be fair, I only ever break out Mario Party literally at parties with friends. So it's one of those things like you're drinking, you're having a good time, whatever. But yeah.
No, I mean, I would get a Switch for Mario Party. Like, dead serious. Like,
well, they got like 3 of them on there, so like definitely.
I mean, when y'all talking, nigga, I ain't about to waste my goddamn money. Shit.
I mean, I don't mind. Like, put like the Mario Party is one of those things that you just like what Leon said. You just play it with friends. I mean, you got your buddies in there.
And that's the plan. The same way I wish they would fucking bring back the way they was doing the Mario Sports shit, because on 64 it was cool as hell. You had your own little story mode to it. You know, you had the baseball, the football, you know, the soccer and all that, but they gave you your own single player playthrough for it, you know, to keep you interested. And I like it. But now it's just like you said with the soccer one, I think it was that just recently came out.
Striker.
Yeah. It's like there's no extra content after it.
Nothing. No, and the tennis one was the same way. The Mario sports games have been dog shit for like 10 years now. Excuse me, sorry. I was being interrupted by the ghost of Shinzo Abe there. The Mario Party game or the Mario sports games have been shit for like 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, so look, this is your favorite part, Leon. We need the last 30 minutes here. All right. We have to get to some arguments here. What do y'all think about the backlash against woke elements in gaming? Is it justified or does it miss the point? Now,
I'll abstain until everyone else has spoken, so this is my channel specialty.
No. You know what, Zon? I know you got a lot to say, Zon. Go ahead. I'm calling you out, sir.
So okay, wait, one more time. What's the question again?
So, what do you think about the backlash against woke elements in gaming? Is it justified or does it miss the point?
I think that some of it is justified. I think a lot of it can be overblown. But I feel like that's how it is on both sides of the spectrum, right? The woke culture and the anti-woke culture, they both have some really extremes, and I try to like avoid either side of those. But for the most part, I think that it really depends on the game and why it's being criticized. Like, I've been watching Dragon Age Veilguard being played by Az, and a lot of the stuff that I'm just looking at it's just like like that's not good. But as far as the woke elements and the stuff that's been being retweeted on Twitter and stuff like that, I wouldn't go near the game, honestly, like, because that's just something I don't want to deal with. I'm all about escapism when it comes to video games. I play video games to escape my real life, and I don't want to be presented with real life stuff in my video games. So in that case, yes, it is very warranted.
Okay. Cass, what about you, sir?
Like I feel like me and Zana are on like the same level. Like when it comes to like, I feel like there's a certain level to which I'm okay with certain aspects of like, you know, woke elements being in games. But there's like, it's one of those things again where you can just tell where certain things are just being forced into the game and certain narrative, which is like that's something that's always like there's always been like some level of woke elements in games for quite a while. Maybe not necessarily like you know, it's just straight up in your face like it is in some games nowadays, but it's like,
and there's the difference. There wasn't always wokeness in games, because what wokeness is when ideology takes priority over everything else. So like you've always had progressive games, but that's not the same as woke games.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant, basically. I mean, you're not wrong, Leon. Absolutely, you're not at all wrong. Like I feel like there's certain aspects of game, like, you know, woke culture that are a lot, well, quote unquote woke culture, I'll say.
For the record, I feel like a lot of it would be helped if we stop using the phrase woke in favor of either progressive.
I agree. Woke has become
it's like swag.
Misogynist. It has lost all fucking meaning.
Even the people that used it, like black people, when we use woke, there was an ironic part of it because there were people that were too woke. Like, so it's like, especially when
I'm on a crusade
Hebrew Israelites and like,
woke
you know,
meant
like,
being socially aware of the government fucking you in the ass. We should
Yeah,
bring woke back in the way
that kind of woke, yes.
There were people that were like
took
took too
we
far,
had
and then
us all in the ass, and everyone's like, "Yo, the FBI is trying to do a bunch of fuck shit." That is actually calling that out is actually woke, and instead you're a right wing conspiracy theorist. Like, no, actually, I'm the OG definition of woke when I'm talking about politics, because I'm bringing awareness to societal ills being caused by like the FBI and shit.
Yeah,
but that's not how people use it anymore. Just like how people use like gaming is happy anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say, in theory, woke didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
All right. I agree. Fuck the word woke. I think that certain social issues shouldn't be forced into games because of what Zahn mentioned. That, like, you know, video games are our escape from real life shit. And it's like, you know, me personally, this is how I look at it. Like, you know, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to like my own like social and like political views for the most part. Like, I'm not like, you know, one of those people who's going to shoot down one side or shoot down the other. Like, I'm like really apolitical, but I
think a lot of gamers are, or a lot of people in general are. It's just like the problem is like when we have these kind of nuanced discussions and takes and stuff like that, and all the first thing that person does is they're either going to name call you, or then they're going to say, well, you're a fucking libtard or you're a leftist or something like that of the sort. It's like, no, I don't think it's not the case. It's like that's not even the case, you know. Because right now you're not even trying to bring up a case for me, you know, for we can discuss on why you think this is the way it is.
Exactly,
you know?
It's attacking straight up instead of like actually trying to listen to understand. But you know, I think.
Go ahead.
But like again, like I feel like for the most part, like, you know, it really is a case by case thing. Like if it's super in your face, then like, you know, if they're like forcing certain social like agendas into like certain games, like obviously I'm having an issue with it. But it's like for the most part, like I'm able to turn a blind eye if that's not like the entire like, you know,
that's
point of it being in there. Whatever.
That's kind of like what it is for me. For me, like I consider myself like the middle ground in a lot of this stuff, right? I can see like where both sides are coming into and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yes, I don't like my game. You know, when it comes to games, it's all about the story. If you can write a great story, then the game's probably gonna be great. You know, like, you know, I think Leon brought up Metaphor Refantasio. All right, if you want to go by the word #woke, that is what you would probably consider that, because they bring a lot of social issues up to the forefront. But the way how they do it, though, is that they do it in an excellent way.
But because they do it in a good way, it's not. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. So here's the deal. People who make culture war content, as someone who makes culture war content, I think a lot of people who make it, honestly, are bad at it. Obviously, not everyone. There are people I love. Hypno's my boy. Moving Lord makes a lot of culture war stuff. He's great. However, I think a lot of people who make culture war content are terrible making culture war content because they don't.
I'm glad to hear you fucking say that.
And
because here's the deal, you got multiple levels to this, right? So first of all, let's take Star Wars Outlaws, for example. Star Wars Outlaws is a woke game, but here's why. And it gets into a rabbit hole that makes you sound like goddamn the Alex Jones of gaming, because you got to realize, this was made by Ubisoft. Ubisoft is getting their funding from this third-party from this third party, these investors. They're getting it from BlackRock. Well, who's funding BlackRock? The World Economic Forum. Well, who's a big proponent of the World Economic Forum? George Soros. So you say we have ugly female characters in Star Wars Outlaws because George Soros is controlling gaming. It sounds insane, but actually, if you follow the money, that's where it is. Plus, wokeness in games is not just what you see on the game. Let's say you've got a developer like Blizzard, or insert any big-name developer here, and they're like, hey, there's a really talented Asian programmer, but we don't have enough black people, so I'm going to hire this black dude who's not as good. And then the game itself is not as good. Well, that's a product of wokeness. There's wokeness within the company, within the hiring practices, within their manuals. And no, hire the best person for the job. Keep your politics out of it. Do not let these third-party investment companies that are being funded by the World Economic Forum into it goes beyond voting with your wallet, because you can ruin certain games. You can vote with your wallet, ruin certain games. We ruined Dustborn. We ruined Concord. And by all means, don't get me wrong, that's not all because of wokeness, but there is a component of it there that did keep people from buying that stuff. However, at the end of the day, voting with your wallet actually isn't enough, because BlackRock, they're never going to stop running out of money. Why are they never going to stop running out of money? Because at least under the current regime we have politically, they're going to continue printing money to give to BlackRock, so BlackRock can continue to invest. It actually, people used to say that politics is downstream from culture. It is the opposite. Culture is downstream from politics, because when you had the people in charge who are willing to print these bills and then willing to give these bills to these companies, devaluing the dollar, and then they're going to take that money, invest in these games, they're going to put these ideologies in these games. It is actually an insane rabbit hole that, again, makes me sound like the Alex Jones of gaming. But all you hear is people like motherfucking Grums saying, jawline big. Fuck you.
And that's what I think is like, okay. And this is why there are very few people who, it's like a lot of people say, well, Disparity, you always harp on these, these anti-woke people. So I'm like, look, I'm not trying to harp on this. I just felt like the plot. Go ahead.
Because I'm over this. I haven't heard enough. Okay, look here. Y'all bring up y'all want escapism. Fine. I agree with that. But you can't sit there and say, I want escapism, while also, this is too dark. I don't want to play it now. Oh, this is too real. This is too much like my everyday life that I see. It's a story. It's a story. No, it's not. It is not two separate crowds. I am not going to sit here and let you say that. No, it's not. You can write a story that deals with actual real life issues and it be real good and put it to a game. It has been done.
But see, but that's not what we're referring to. Because you're right, it has been done and it can be done.
Okay, but then they're saying using escape as every excuse on a planet. I'm tired of hearing that.
Well, hold on.
You're playing games you enjoy. Yeah, it's going to have elements that have to do with real life if the story is written that way. I'm sorry, it just exists. But there's several games like that
because the story is written that way doesn't mean that was a good decision. But
if it's selling, it's good for a reason.
No. See, that's actually the appeal to financial fallacy, and that's not real. There
are
a lot of things.
I'm calling it for what it is.
For example, take Walmart sneakers, for example. Walmart sneakers sell like a motherfucker. They are objectively poorly made shoes, but that's why they're so cheap. So they sell like a motherfucker. Not everybody can afford Nikes.
And that's true. But to sit here and say that your only reason saying that you don't want to play a game because it hurts my feelings or it's too much like real life is silly. But then you'll go on a tangent talking about I want a good written story. I want a good written story. I want this in my game. Like what do you want then?
Well, but that's why I'm saying there's so many culture war oriented channels who are bad at articulating that. Now, maybe I'm just shooting my own horn here. I feel like I'm actually pretty good at articulating that as opposed to a lot of other individuals. But like people can see this problem and they're like, I know there's a problem here. It's a feeling, it's a vibe, but they can't fucking identify it. And their inability to identify it makes the anti-woke side look worse than it actually is because some of them are honestly just as retarded as the woke left. Like that's what it boils down to. You need smart people who are able to point out.
I agree with that. I don't care about anything extremist. If it's in your face, if it's extreme, I don't care if it's political, racial, gaming, whatever. I will call it out, and I do not like it. But to sit there and say you want to escape by calling something that's fucking novice and tier.
Well, can you give me an example of something? Can you give me an example of something that it would be that is actually woke, not like Replay on Tazio, for example. Idiots called it woke.
That's actually woke that I would actually care about being woke.
Actually woke that is good.
Oh, Dustborn. Dustborn was the most pandering shit since Dead by Daylight.
No. Give me an example of that's good. Like give me an example of like legitimately woke products that is good.
A legitimate woke product that is good. That I would deem that's good. Y'all would in today's age, y'all would deem Danganronpa woke.
What would?
Y'all would deem Danganronpa, the whole series. Y'all would deem that shit woke as fuck.
See, I don't like that argument because the people use that argument all the time. If Samus came out today, she would be considered woke. No, she wouldn't. Like,
actually, they did try to call her out for just because she was
homie. I watched Alien Romulus a few months ago. Like when it came out in theaters, Alien Romulus started a strong female character. Guess what? I'm an actually no, yeah. I fucking loved it. Fallout came out. I fucking loved the Fallout show, bro. I didn't give a shit the main character's woman. Real people who say they want well-written stories are being now. Are there assholes on the other side? They're using it as a scapegoat for racism, misogyny, whatnot. Yes, but I think that those are. I at least I hope those are minorities. Minorities is a minority. It's not minorities as in all you fine black folks who allow me into your black party here. I love the barbecue. Thank you.
We did have another white dude here, but he couldn't make it.
Yeah. and here's the thing: like they tried to call BG3 woke, like, and I'm just like,
actually,
it's multiple fucking races. It's multiple races.
Here's why.
While it is woke.
Baldur's Gate 3 is and it isn't. So Baldur's Gate 3 is a Dungeons and Dragons game. Dungeons and Dragons is owned by Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast as a company are actually the second worst company after Disney when it comes to woke stuff. So by supporting Baldur's Gate 3, you are supporting woke ideology because Wizards of the Coast is.
Matter of fact, matter of fact, why you bring that up? I had a buddy of mine ask me recently about picking up Dragon Age Veilguard, right? I was like, okay, you know what? I gave him the entire breakdown. I was like, look, if you look at it from a new fucking Bioware experience or whatever, pick it up based off that. If you don't like, I know y'all all seen the whole 2-minute pronoun shit, whatever, right? I was like, okay, so you see, so he's like, I'm not gonna pick it up, but I said, but yet you still play and support Baldur's Gate 3, which is in vain. What you will consider #woke or whatnot. And
I haven't supported, personally, I haven't supported Baldur's Gate 3.
No, I'm not talking about you.
I'm just giving my personal experience because unfortunately I got to bounce in 4 minutes.
You're good.
I am so happy Baldur's Gate 3 was a good game that out the gate worked and was finished. Here's why I didn't support Baldur's Gate 3. I'm a massive Dungeons and Dragons fan. I hate 5th Ed. It's built on the 5th Ed engine. And I'm like, well, I don't like that version of D&D, so I'm not going to play a game that relies on that version of D&D.
Fair.
It had nothing to do with the wokeness.
That's reasonable.
That's a different situation.
Totally different situation.
I feel like people wouldn't play their games.
Yeah, I would never call Baldur's Gate woke. I just think the money that people spent on Baldur's Gate went to a woke.
You're funding that woke company, basically.
Right.
To be fair, they kind of shot themselves in the foot.
And that's where voting with your wallet is so important. I'm glad Baldur's Gate 3 was a success. I really am.
Yeah.
I will never play it because I don't, but literally because of gameplay.
To be fair, they kind of shot themselves in the foot and ruined their relationship with.
Yes, I agree with this as well.
Studio, so it's like,
so wait, Leon, you wouldn't consider Blizzard woke?
Oh yeah, they definitely are, bro. These
more woke than D&D.
They use AI algorithm
for sure.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm like, wait. When you said it was second, I'm like, wait, are we throwing Blizzard out the window?
I'll tell you why. Wizards of the Coast adopted this ideology in about 2014, and they've only gotten worse. Blizzard, it took a bit to catch on. Blizzard only went woke as a defense mechanism because, like, they were accused of a bunch of sexual assaults and shit. And they're like, okay, if we go woke now, we can protect ourselves. Wizards of the Coast voluntarily was like, you know what? Let's go woke. This is a good idea. And Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons have gotten objectively worse because of it. It's been a travesty.
You think Magic the Gathering got worse?
It's because they're doing a lot of race swapping, a lot of different kind of things in their IPs and stuff.
Dude,
and
I'm a
competitive
competitive player. I go to tournaments.
Oh,
I know. That's why I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Man, MTG is rough, and it has been for the last 6 years.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, it's sad. I
like Magic the Gathering because I feel like they bring out different decks and different things they come up with
right here. Like one of 20 decks. But the thing is, I don't buy from Wizard. I don't buy sealed products. I buy third party. I go to my local card shop. I buy singles so that my card shop gets the money. I buy for my friends who have the cards so that they get the money. Wizards does not get my money anymore.
Now, Lee, I have a question for you. Now, how do you feel about a lot of anti-woke people supporting and buying certain, I guess you call it products to say, hey, I'm playing this game for you, don't have to. I feel like as though if you do that, you shouldn't do that. You stick by your guns and don't do that.
I have mixed feelings on this because, and on the one hand, so let's compare this to hate watching a TV show. I'm vehemently anti-hate watching. I have a show. I've not touched Agatha. I dipped out of Ahsoka. I'm not watching whatever new gay ass Star Wars shit's about. Sorry, I almost said a game award there. I do not agree with hate watching and making hate content on it. Now, video games are a bit different because they're an interactive medium, and if you're going to be entertaining an audience, it's like watching. You know, Mystery Science Theater 3000 is.
No, repeat that. Your mic kind of went low a little bit.
Oh, I said, do you know what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is?
I think so. It sounds familiar.
So it's this series where a bunch of dudes. It's the show. They're movies. It's movies within movies. These guys make a movie where they are watching a bad movie and they commentate over it. It's been a big thing for 40 years. They're hilarious. I think of buying these quote unquote woke games and then doing a stream of them like that. You're doing it as a way to. You're entertaining an audience. You are being funny. You're ripping. It's a really weird, hard line that I find myself.
I don't do that's why I agree with the nerd here, nihilistic nerd. You should have pirated at that point. I agree. The pirate the fuck out of me. I agree.
I have another stream to be on in 10 minutes, so I unfortunately have to bounce. But this was awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you for joining. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining by, dude. Dion, go ahead.
Enjoyed having you, man.
Let people know what you're about, dude. Go ahead.
Again, channel is Words of Paradise. My name is Leon, but my channel is Words of Paradise. You can find me there. I cover not just culture war stuff. I actually do cover a fair amount of positivity on my channel. I really do try to look at all sides of everything. People can get lost in the sauce with culture war stuff. I also haven't released a consistent amount of videos the last couple weeks because I've been on usually 2 streams a day every day for the last 3 weeks. It's gotten to be a lot. I'm actually headed over to an Arcane review stream right now where we're going to talk about the season 1 of Arcane before season 2 drops. And it's great. I love doing it. I love getting to meet everybody. So thank you so much. Yeah, come check out Words of Paradise, and also check out shout out Moxie Dame. She is criminally underrated. She's beautiful. She's amazing. And we usually have a true crime podcast on the 1st and 3rd Thursdays of the month. We did have to cancel today. She's got a really bad cough, and it's a live show. You can't be coughing into the mic. But in general, we cover true crime. It's great because I love more than just nerd culture. So beyond that, thank you so much for having me. It was awesome.
Thank you for joining, dude. I appreciate it. A lot of great conversation today. Appreciate it for sure. You have a good night, sir. Right. We'll definitely see you next time. Deuces.
Peace out, dude.
Deuces.
But no, today was a great conversation, though. Honestly, there goes Night Robbie. There goes our moderator. But it was a great conversation today, though. I'm glad that we were able to, all sit down and talk and get, whatever our grievances that we had out here about gaming stuff, So, once again, let y'all know I do this at least once a month. At least I try to do this at least once a month. So, we all, I like to bring people on here who can talk, have a conversation, see where we're all at when it comes to about gaming in general. I think like we need more of these kind of gaming conversations because we know we have people from all walks of different color, different opinions and stuff like that, and there's always a nuanced conversation to be had. And I feel like we got to have more of those, because if we don't, a lot of things are going to get lost in translation, and you see what's happening now with a lot of shit. Like eventually we can all agree to disagree on certain aspects. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, let's go ahead and sign on out anyways, because we're about to hit that 2-hour mark, and I know that you guys probably got other things to do. So Kaz, we're gonna go ahead and start with you, sir. Let people know who you're about.
Alrighty, so once again, I am your resident Madden and CFB 25 player. Mainly play franchise mode and dynasty mode and college football as well. I do some retro stuff with like the older Madden and NCAA games. Also do hardcore Nuzlocke and Pokemon. So you guys can follow me on YouTube. I have youtube.com / Nelson Bullet Gaming for my main. That's like my main streaming channel currently. I do have 2 other channels that I'm working on as well. I do have NB Sports Gaming is the other one, Nelson Bullock Sports Gaming. And then I also have my Pokemon Nuzlocke channel. It's going to be Nelson Bullock PKMN. So that's short for Pokemon. But
that's what's up.
I'm glad to be on here. I know it's been a while since I've been around. Just been kind of on the grind, working on getting a second job and whatnot. So, but good to talk to you guys.
No, it was good talking to you. I'm like, man, I haven't talked to Cass in a minute. It's been like months since I talked to Cass.
You know me. You know I stay low key. But,
I'm
a DM away. You already know I'm a DM away.
Cass be like a female though. I be texting him and shit. He don't text me back for like 5 days. Be like, damn, you think you're the one, huh? You think you're the one. But I appreciate it.
Okay, that's all.
No, I get it. Right.
It's all love, y'all.
Game is on. Tell us what you are, who you're about, sir.
What's up, guys? My name is Zon. My YouTube channel is The Gaming Zon. I try to bring you daily gaming news every Monday through Friday. The news that I bring, I try to give with my most unbiased opinion, but we all have our biases, so it is what it is. Other than that, I'm on Twitter. I be lurking in YouTube chat logs, so you can find me there. Holla at me.
Hey, that's what's up. Appreciate it. I dropped so everyone's links are getting dropped into the chat, by the way, you guys. So if y'all want to check these guys out, check out their channels, definitely go ahead and do so. Dark Riddler, let people know what you're about and what are you currently doing in the world of gaming, bro.
Oh yeah, y'all know who I am. Garrett Thompson for Dark Riddler, voice of the voices, absolute truth. I'm currently playing Star Ocean: The Last Hope, but also I have gotten with Sorcery Zero Labs, and we are currently making the game Furious. We actually have a desktop version already, and we are as well making a digital edition that I have shared with all of you. And actually, there's actually several questions which I actually got to get with Sorcery tonight here in a bit. Actually,
yeah,
have a conversation regarding more of the game and everything else. It's some of the questions that I got and things of that nature. But like I said earlier, if you wasn't here, it is a mecha game with front mission elements, but they had their own rules set in place for it. And we just actually got somebody in regards to possibly doing a mobile version of the game as well. So right now we do already have a tabletop version. That's already there. That's been to Expo and everything else. And now, like I told y'all, we got the digital version coming as well. And then we just got somebody new in that's going to be discussing about the mobile version of the game as well. That's pretty much what I have going on. And the reason why, and I've told Sorcery this even before we really, really got down to this, I was like, I just don't want to be a person that's complaining. I want to take an action and do something.
Yeah. That's what's up.
And that's whether it hit, whether it miss, it don't matter. Just can't nobody say I didn't try.
No, you're right. And you're right. You factually are right. And Vintage Black Guy, what about you, sir? Yeah, he's like Vintage Black Guy. Me? Me?
All right, chill. I'm just Yeah, I'm just getting some things together in the background, get this thing together. So I'll let you know when I'm ready.
All right. And also for me, guys, y'all don't know who I am. My name is Disparity. I consider myself a real-time strategy, turn-based strategy, and RPG person here on my channel. I also do a lot of different things on here on my channel. I like to do gaming news. I do video essays on RPGs. Again, RTS games, turn-based strategy. That's what I do. And every so often, I do love to talk about Warhammer because Warhammer is a game series that I am very passionate about that I love to enjoy. Once again, I try to do these conversations at least once a month. So probably sometime next month, in the middle of next month, in December, hopefully before the holidays hit, I'll probably have another one of these podcasts up. So if you guys ever want to join back and want to have a conversation, talk about it, we could definitely go ahead and do so. I try to make it on every Thursday. So keep that in mind, you guys. Other than that, thank you, wonderful people, for everybody for joining. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourself tonight, and hope that you guys can make all the success that you guys can make throughout the remaining of this year. Hit your goals, do what you guys got to do to get your content out there, and beat people. Just win, basically.
Yeah. One more thing too. This is a slow thing I'm working on. Also, I actually am in the process of actually writing a story for Ridley and Trinity. It's more so about her than it is about me. I am in it, but it's more like a prelude kind of thing on how everything came about and stuff like that. I'm actually on chapter 6 right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it 10 chapters, like minimum. I might not go past 10, but my goal is at least 10.
Yeah.
But I am right now regarding that.
Okay. That's what's up. I'd like to hear that. Keep working on it, dude. Get going. Get that shit going, bro. Get that shit going. But thank y'all. You guys have a great night. Stay safe out there. Stay out of trouble. And I'll see y'all next month for another podcast. This is the ServoCast signing off. Peace out, y'all. Much love, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.